Welcome back again to some more Wargame Red Dragon action. It's going to be 1v1 naval game on the Standoff in Barents map, and we'll just switch over to it right now. Okay, there we go. So unfortunately the Twitch chat is not going to be displayed in the video because a piece of shit keeps timing out when it tries to connect to the IRC channel for the Twitch channel, so fuck it, I suppose I'll just have to convey verbally any chat that appears on the Twitch chats, because I can still see it on a separate screen, on the mobile in fact, so whatever. We've got our bottom team, well, it's actually all relative really. I guess that's the north, so I guess the southern team, well, it's 1 versus 1 actually, so 7 players going to be myself, Lightman, playing as NATO. And I'll just see this from my opponent's perspective actually. So my opponent is going to be Charge, playing as Pact, so what do you know about that? So Najin, Jianku 3, more Jianku 3, and Udloy 2 to round things off. And as for myself, I'm going to be going for a couple of Panthers to scout, a Congo, Chamsuri, another Chamsuri, and a Type 21 to cap, so slightly lighter on ships, especially the command ships. But we do, well, we'll be starting off with a couple of Panthers for scouting, so at the very least I'll have that going for me. Opponent is going to be charging straight towards Echo with 2 Jianku 3s and an Udaloy. Interesting to note that the Jianku 3, its AA missiles aren't that great, but its Qs is very good actually. Same with the Udaloy 2, in fact its Qs is exceptional. I'm going to be spotting my opponent's stuff pretty early though, so as you can see, I'm going to be sending in a Tornado MFG. What can he see? He sees the Congo, and I see literally everything else except for a couple of ships that aren't particularly revealed. He's going to be seeing my Tornado in just a second actually, and it's going to be going straight for his Najin most likely actually, so let's just see if we can get a close-in view of that. Perfect. He's going to blow up spectacularly, and there you have it. Sucks to be him, to say the least. Indeed. So there you go, the first blow inflicted is going to be due to a, whatever the hell that was actually, Tornado MFG, so there you go. So I took out Charlie. He does have Echo, and he's going to start firing missiles at me. Let's just see, what can he actually see? You can see the Congo is actually going to charge it. He actually could see the helicopter as well, bizarrely enough. And MiG-21K does have a couple of missiles. It's going to send them right through, and a couple of them, well, one of them will make contact, the other ones won't though. And his MiG will get away scot-free, because why not, eh? Thing reacting a little bit too fucking slowly there, but still, what the hell? Another Chamsuri coming in just to help out, and what the hell, at least my Congo's still alive. He did take one shot though, and thankfully he does have quite a bit of health to absorb the shots. But as you can see, I definitely do have a bit of a sight advantage over my opponent. And let's just see what he can actually see now. Nothing, literally. And as for myself, I literally see everything, so good job Panthers, good job. You just hang around and spot literally everything that comes in. And we're actually going to get some more stuff coming in for myself, a Tornado MFG. Okay, let's just hide the HUD and see if we can get a nice little view there. Bam, doing quite a bit of damage to the one of the Jianku 3s, but unfortunately it's still alive. It's on fire though, and it's interesting. This thing must be pretty damn resilient, because as you can see it's clearly on fire, and yep, hello Dur. Unfortunately the Twitch chat is not going to be displayed on the video itself, or the stream should I say, but whatever. In any case, this thing's on fire, clearly, and yet it's still sailing under its own power, and not only that, it's actually shooting with rather bizarre red muzzle flare, rather strange indeed. But there you go, it's still alive. Those Soviet ships are built to last, as you can see, so yeah, basically it's going to go toe-to-toe, interesting way of doing things to say the least. I do take out one of his Jiankus, the other one gets a little bit worried, and okay, never mind. Anyway, and the other one is probably justified in being a bit worried, and now shaken actually, taking a bit of damage now from the collateral and also from just the direct fire as well. The Congo should have a superior gun actually. 8 HE power, 7230. And 65824, yeah, definitely has a superior gun, and it's got more health as well. So I think he actually was trying to go after my Chamsuri, because this one actually did take a bit of damage. I do retreat them though, but yep, that's going to be the cue for my opponent's MiG-29K to come in and launch a couple of missiles. Are they going to do anything? Well, just have to find out. So missile's going to be incoming, and yeah, probably going to be hitting it a little bit. This thing does manage to get out of there just barely. And the Congo, on the other hand, it hasn't taken any hits actually, which is quite amazing to say the least. Very lucky actually. So none of missiles actually hit. And on the other hand, I've got a couple of missiles coming my own way. So Super Hornet going to be taking out the Tranchul, and Tornado MFG most likely going to be taking out this Tranchul as well. Let's just get a nice little closer view of that. Yep, down he goes. Perfect. Hopefully that's going to look good on the stream actually. Trying to go with slightly more close-in views, so let me know if the stream's not displaying properly or anything like that, Hatchfunder, or whoever else happens to be watching. But yeah, hopefully it should be alright. Hopefully. But anyway, yeah, just continue to shoot the crap out of them. Congo's just been firing its gun all the long sort of, whatever. All the long wild day, or whatever, you know what I mean. Well, this thing has fired a couple of its anti-ship missiles, and that looks good, thank God for that. This thing hasn't fired any of its ship missiles, anti-ship missiles, and with good reason actually, because yeah, this thing does have very good kills, and it's going to take more than one ship firing missiles to overcome this thing. Maybe Panther and this thing at the same time, doesn't really matter anyway, because as you can see I'm mostly just using my ships for defense and using the planes for offense, which is essentially the name of the game for NATO. With Pact in this game, they want to use their ships more so for the offense, but it's not like as if, you know, they can't use aircraft as well, and vice versa for NATO using ships. But there you go. As you can see, he actually did deploy a Kar-27 PLP, which is, it has very good optics, but they've got one of exceptional optics, which is really what it should be deploying. So what can you actually see? Can I see him? Nope, I cannot. And he can see, yeah, he can actually see my ships, so there you have it. As for me though, I can see everything as well. In fact, I've got a Super Hornets coming in to try to probably dispose of either these Yonkou or the Muna. Yep, going straight for the Muna. A couple of missiles, and what are we going to have happen? One is going to hit, the other one's going to miss, and unfortunately that's not enough to kill it off. One missile gets launched apparently, and I think my thing manages to get out of there, but yeah. Very unfortunate that both missiles didn't hit. This thing's on fire, but don't have to worry, it's just going to keep on sailing away. Because really, I mean, look at that, it's only the whole deck that's on fire. I mean, come on. Expect that to slow down a Soviet ship? I think not. But anyway, this thing should actually be a bit closer to resupply this. I'm not sure why this is not getting resupplied, but whatever. And he's actually going to be retreating this helicopter for some odd reason. I'm not really too sure why. He's actually got the anti-ship missiles enabled by default as well. I'm not really sure why actually. If it takes a couple of pot shots, it probably won't do much damage unless it goes up against completely defenseless targets, of which there are pretty much none really. And it's going to reveal itself if it fires. So, like my Panthers, he probably would be better off turning off his anti-ship missiles. Actually, well, these things are SA. I'll be damned. All these things fire and forget. I never even noticed that actually. I mean, I rarely ever use the missiles on the Panther, but there you go. Apparently they're only semi-active, which kind of sucks, but especially given their shitty short range, but oh well. What can you do? The Mona's still on fire, but yeah. He doesn't give a shit. He's just going to plow straight into the Yonkou 3 and start resupplying it. As you can see. Well, not quite. Damn it, the bastard decides to stop. Ah, well, whatever. Let him resupply, I suppose. Not only that, this thing's actually going to fire more missiles, despite the fact that it's only going to be one of these guys, well, one ship firing missiles, which is not going to break through my barrier at all. But oh well, what can you do? Do a bit of damage at the very least to finish off the Yonkou, and didn't quite take out the Najin. I probably would have been better off, instead of attacking the Najin, taking out the Muna instead. But whatever. I mean, the Najin's panicked, half health. One more missile will destroy it. Same with the Muna. And yeah, as you can see, definitely whittling down my opponent's forces as they come in. He's got another Yonkou 3 coming in, but really he's going to need to step up his game just a bit. You could try to go for a bit of an offensive, but his forces have been whittled down a little bit too much. And not only that, I've got another Lafayette, not another one, the first Lafayette of the match coming in, and more Chamsuris coming in as well, because I just can't get enough of these little corvettes. Look at that. It's little cute little cannons and everything. Those little sounds it'll be making. But Yeah, very good kills on them actually, if I remember correctly. Let's just have a look. Should be, yeah, it's good. And for something that's that cheap, yeah, it's not too shabby actually. I mean, otherwise it's pretty unremarkable to say the least. But for kills detection, for kills protection, it's pretty good. So there you go. So opponent's still keeping his helicopter all the way back there. I'm not really too sure why. He's going to try to capture Foxtrot or possibly Charlie. While me, on the other hand, I can easily spot that. So yep, his Junker Free is definitely well within sight. And as for him, he literally knows nothing. He knows that Kilo Nima's got some stuff on it. He's probably going to suspect that I've got most of my forces concentrated around Lima. But apart from that, he doesn't know what's in Kilo. And he knows literally nothing else about the battlefield either. He doesn't know, for example, that his Yanku Free is essentially being shadowed by my Panther. And there goes his Mono as well. Pfft, sucks to be in. So he's nudging in there. It's going to be at half health probably till the end of the game. Does have a Huijin coming in because why not? So probably going to be going for a bit more of an offensive push since the thing cannot capture points or anything like that. But I see that as well actually, presumably with this Panther, and this Panther is going to be seeing this Yanku Free coming in as well. So as you can see, I definitely do have quite the bead on my opponent, to say the least actually. Jesus. And just in case, I've actually still got a Chamsuri to defend this Type 21, so just got in a bit of a shallow bit there. Because why not, eh? Too bad I can't put this camera underwater. There's really much point in doing that, but whatever. It'd be nice to do, I suppose. So. Yeah, so there you go. Not only that, yeah, continuing to shadow his Junku Free, nothing too unexpected. I think we might just speed things up a bit. A bit more. Because as you can see, given the fact that he's grouping up his ships like that, he's probably going to be going for assault after he gets some Muna in, so he wants to repair his Najin. It's interesting how he's keeping his Udaloy 2 behind. In my opinion, he'd be better off assaulting with it, but what the hell. It's a very good assault ship, especially with... assault ship, you know what I mean. Very good ship for assaults, especially with the proper support. And yep, that down goes his Junku Free. Sucks to be him. Just phase the camera through there because we can, eh? Exactly. Yep, so much for him. So much for him. But his Mono does manage to make it through. And yeah, as you can see, my points are starting to accumulate slowly but surely. A few more minutes to go. My opponent has to make something happen very soon, otherwise he's going to risk losing the game to points. Just speed things up a bit, and as myself, yep, just continuing to deploy more stuff. Another Lafayette and another Type 21 coming in there, I believe. Looks like my points are about to tick up, and I make a rather interesting decision at this point actually. My Type 21 is going to be retreating because I actually want to make a bit of a shot against his Udaloy 2 with my aircraft, and I believe I'll be doing that, yep, right now, but he's going to counteract that by sending his own ships forward. So there you have it, the final battle of the match. The Huijin is going to be coming in with their anti-ship missiles, firing off a couple at once. Unfortunately not firing in unison though, and whoa, those things are going way out. I think they're actually trying to target these ships here, but didn't quite work out for them. I think my Hornet's doing a bit of damage as well, damaging one of the Huijins. And as myself here, I'm just going to be targeting his stuff. His missiles still continuing to fly, presumably towards this Chamsuri. Type 29 decides to get back to India because, you know, I kind of want to win the game still. And, yeah. Ends right in the middle of the battle. You can probably guess how it would have gone, actually. But still interesting game of back and forth. Definitely shows the power of recon and the power of aircraft that are properly guided by that recon. So there you have it. Hopefully you've enjoyed that, and I shall see you all next time.